Now, cooking in a van definitely does have its pitfalls, depending on how big your van is, how much you want to take up space with kitchen and kitchenalia and all that sort of stuff. Hello guys, and welcome to a new episode of Vlogmas. If you don't know, we're doing a video every day up until the run up to Christmas, which has been a lot of fun, and it's also given us a lot of different reasons to film different kinds of videos. And today, in the spirit of Christmas, I thought I'd try and create some kind of Christmas festive dish. Now, usually in the UK at this time of year, we'd be having mince pies. Mince pies are not a Portuguese thing, but I did have some gluten-free ones that Theo's mom gave me, which were very tasty, but I've run out. So I thought, oh, well, I could make some. But then actually I thought, I just don't even have the brain power to even make my own mincemeat and then start doing a vegetarian gluten-free mince pie. So I thought, you know what, I'll do something different. I've got a bottle of Baileys. Over here is my list of ingredients that I'm going to be using to make a festive fancy. It's going to be a sweet treat, and it's something I've never made before, but it's going to include Baileys because I really wanted Baileys in it because Baileys is just so Christmassy. So it's going to be, you know what, I think I might let you guys guess as we go along what I'm going to make, but I'm looking forward to it. I've never made it before, but yeah, Baileys is going to be in it, which I think is just as Christmassy, if not more, than a mince pie. So the first thing I need to do is melt some of this margarine. I was after butter, this is all I could find, and actually this is the biggest block. It's a kilo. I've got a kilo of margarine, and I actually only need a third of a cup, or 1/3 of a cup, whatever you call it. I use cups, they're really easy, they're super simple, they're great for in a van because you don't need to have to worry about scales or anything like that. I love cups. So yeah, I need a melted 1/3 cup of butter. So I'm going to try and figure out how much, cut off a load and then melt it and then pour it in there, and then that's done. I just can't go over how much margarine I've got. I think I overcompensated for this recipe. So whilst my margarine melts, look at the blue lights coming off from the Christmas tree, it's so cute. So I've got my margarine melting on a very low heat, and whilst that melts I need to measure out some good old sugar. Now, cooking in a van definitely does have its pitfalls, depending on how big your van is, how much you want to take up space with kitchen and kitchenalia and all that sort of stuff. For me, I have a bit of everything. Most of it's quite small, and that does include baking stuff. I've got a miniature whisk, all that kind of stuff. But also, when you're baking, you need something to mix your food in. Now, I don't have a massive traditional baking mixing bowl, that's the word. So what I use is, I find my biggest pan and I put it all in there. I basically mix it all up in here. Now, if you're like a proper hardcore baker, you're probably going to be watching and like, oh gosh, that is not correct. The edges aren't whatever they're supposed to be, but it works, it does the job. I've already done brownies in this oven and they came out pretty good. I can hear my margarine spitting behind me. So yeah, I'm going to be putting the rest of it, go away fly, I need my swatter. I'm going to be putting the rest of it in this pan. As with any sweet recipe, sugar is needed. Now, it depends what you like in life, you can use different kinds of sugar. I'm using good old granulated sugar. Oh, nice and lumpy as well, which is just brilliant. So I need 1.5 cups. So this is a 1/2 cup, so I'm going to put 3 of these in. Hey, wouldn't be baking if I didn't get it all over the place. So there's the sugar in. I'm going to break that up, those little lumpy bits. You do not want them. And my hands are washed, obviously. Before you cook, do make sure you wash your hands because that is hygienic. So yeah, I'm going to break up the lumps of sugar. And the next thing to go in here is a good old egg. And then also this, which is pretty much nearly done. Yeah, I'm going to turn that off and that can continue to just melt within itself. So I know I said I've got like miniature things. I've also got really vintage things. This is a proper traditional whisk. You do not need power for this. It's all hand powered and it's amazing. So I'm going to use this to whisk the egg into the sugar now. I don't know how I'm going to film that, but I'll try my hardest. So I've got the egg in, I've got the sugar in, and I've got the oil in. So now the next step is to include the magical ingredient, which is Baileys. Now, this recipe doesn't actually say to use Baileys, it says to use buttermilk. So I'm going a little bit off piece, I'm doing my own thing, I'm trying it all out. But if you don't take risks in life, you don't know whether things are going to be good. So it might work, it might curdle, it might go gross, but let's just see how it goes. So I want 1 cup of Baileys. So I'm going to use 2 half-cup measurements because my 1 cup is missing. Whoa! 1. Oh, I really hope this works out because this will be absolutely amazing. In fact, seeing as I'm using Baileys, I might pour myself a little glass to get in the festive spirit. So I'm going to mix that in now. So with the Baileys in and a little bit tasted, because you know I've got to make sure that it tastes okay before it goes in, I'm going to now add some vanilla and baking soda. And I've got these little measuring spoons. I got these about 15 years ago. And they're amazing. They're little hearts, they're very cute, and they say on them whether it's a teaspoon, 2.5 ml, all that kind of stuff. So I need a teaspoon, which is this one here. So yeah, let's measure it out. This is lovely. Vanilla bean paste, highly recommend it. Lasts for ages, you get a lot of flavour out of it. So that was just as messy as I thought it would be, but yeah, it's all pretty much in there. 2.5 cups of flour going into the magical mixture. So let's stir it, because I bet some of you guys were thinking, does this recipe even have flour in it? Where's the flour? No, it does have flour, and now I'm mixing it in. And if you were wondering, this is a gluten-free flour by Juvella that I got free when I found out I had celiac, and they sent me a care package full of loads of cool stuff. So if you go on the website, you can sign up and they'll send you that if you need it. So yeah, I'm just going to mix this in. It's a bit difficult with one hand. I feel like I need to grip the handle, so I'm just going to put this on pause. So if you were wondering, well, it sounds like Bee's making a Baileys cake. It is a Baileys cake, but the original recipe was actually a cinnamon apple cake. Now, apple pie is lovely, and I was going to make an apple pie in lieu of the mince pie, and then I realised it's a massive faff making pastry because you have to like leave it to chill for ages, and I wanted to make it right now. So I decided to make an apple cake, and then I realised I could put Baileys in it, and I was like, bingo! This should hopefully be very nice. So now I need to peel and chop up 1.5 cups worth of apples to go in the cake mixture. So here's the apple aftermath. I think I used 4 apples, but it was basically 6 1/4 cups because I'm running low on cups now, they're getting dirty. But yeah, there's the apples. Time to mix them in. So we're nearly at the super simple bit, which is putting it in there to actually bake. I've got the oven on gas mark 3. Kind of difficult to see, it's darkish. There we go, gas mark 3. So now I'm going to put that in there. So for the last step, I've made this crumbly topping out of sugar, butter and cinnamon to go on top of there. So I'm just going to sprinkle that over just to give it a really nice crispiness to go in the oven and go really nice and golden. So sprinkle that. See you in 45 minutes. Okay guys, the heating's on, that's what that whirring is in the background that you can hear, but I've had the cake in for about an hour because after 45 minutes I checked it, did the little knife test, and there was still a bit of batter coming up, so I left it in for a bit longer, done another knife test, and now it's coming out clean, so it's time to get out of the oven. Oh wow! It smells so good, like apples and Baileys, and the top's gone really crispy, it's amazing. So anyone who does baking knows that you've got to let a cake cool down before you start doing anything and messing around with it, but it's quite late and I want to test the cake and see what it's like. So it's kind of falling apart as I get it out. But it's lovely. It tastes like Baileys, it tastes like apple. It's delicious. I would recommend, because like I said, it was an experiment with the Baileys, I would probably use a little bit less, because there are some bits where it hasn't fully cooked through, but as you can see, it's quite dark, it's hard to tell. It's cooked really nicely though, so if only we had some cream to go with it. So I got my festive cake. It's definitely not a mince pie, but it's nice. So I might try and make it again in smaller, like little pie sizes as well, with a little less Baileys in, to see how it goes. But it's always fun to experiment with life, especially in these dark evenings. The sun sets at 5 and then we don't usually go to sleep till like 11 o'clock or midnight. So you got a few hours to mess around, and baking's like one of the best things to do. So yeah. If you've got any good recipes that you reckon I should try out, do drop a comment below. I'd love to see what you've got, anything creative or crazy or Baileys oriented. Let me know about that. So yeah, thanks for watching today's video, guys. See you tomorrow.
Head over to theindieprojects.com/shop and check out our new merchandise. Join us on Patreon for exclusive content, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.